A car door slammed hard. Louis flinched in the driver's seat. The passenger he had just dropped off didn't say thank you, didn't leave a tip, didn't even look back. He stepped out of the car, slammed the door like punctuation, and walked into the apartment building without a second glance. Louis stared at the rideshare app glowing on his phone. Another ride request appeared. $8.73. He should have accepted it. Instead, his thumb moved somewhere else. He opened social media. Just 5 minutes, he told himself. Just a quick scroll before the next ride. Outside Houston, traffic rolled past in a slow river of headlights. Inside the car, time slipped quietly away. 5 minutes became 15. 15 became 30. Another rideshare driver pulled up beside him and picked up a passenger. Another door slammed. Another car pulled away. Louis was still parked, still scrolling. And here's the dangerous thing about Louis's story. He didn't lose his momentum in one big dramatic moment. He lost it quietly, 5 minutes at a time. A scroll here, a delay there, another promise to himself. Tomorrow, I'll fix it. Tomorrow, I'll work harder. Tomorrow, I'll start. But tomorrow has a strange habit. It keeps moving. And for Louis, tomorrow was about to run out. Houston is a city built for motion. Highways stretch like concrete rivers across the landscape. Cars move day and night. Engines hum beneath the skyline. Red taillights flicker endlessly across the loops and interchanges. Louis knew every road in the city, every airport pickup zone, every late-night bar district, every quiet neighborhood where rides paid just a little better. 3 years earlier, he started driving rideshare full-time. At first, it felt like freedom. No boss, no schedule. Drive when you want, sleep when you want, take a break whenever you need. But freedom without structure slowly turns into drift. Days blur together. Louis would wake up late, check his phone, scroll through messages, scroll through news, scroll through videos. Eventually he would start driving, but between rides, the phone came back out. Just a quick scroll, just a quick break, then another, and slowly the day would disappear. Louis lived in a small apartment west of downtown Houston. One couch, one coffee table, a small kitchen, and a stack of unopened envelopes, car payment reminders, credit card statements, insurance notices. Louis rarely opened them. Instead, he told himself the same sentence every night. Tomorrow I'll deal with it. Tomorrow I'll fix everything. Tomorrow I'll get organized. Tomorrow. Louis wasn't lazy. That's the part people misunderstand about procrastination. Lazy people avoid work completely. Louis didn't. Some days, he drove 12 hours straight, picked up drunk passengers at midnight, waited outside the airport for long rides, sat through endless Houston traffic jams. But between rides, something always happened. His phone came out. Just a quick scroll, just a quick video, just a quick break. The phone became his pause button. Except the pause never ended. One night, his sister called. "You still driving all night?" she asked. "Yeah," Louis replied. "You saving anything?" Louis hesitated. "I'm working on it." There was a pause on the other end of the line. "You said that last year." Her words stuck with him after the call ended. But instead of doing something about it, he opened social media again. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Momentum in life is fragile. It builds slowly, but it breaks quietly. First came the late car payment email. Louis read it, closed it. Tomorrow. Next came the insurance reminder. Closed. Tomorrow. Then gas prices went up. His earnings dropped. Tips became smaller. Another notification arrived. Payment overdue. Louis rubbed his face and sighed. "I'll figure it out tomorrow." But tomorrow kept moving. One afternoon, his bank sent an alert. Low balance. Luis opened the app and stared at the number. His stomach tightened. He barely had enough money for groceries. Yet minutes later, his thumb was back on the screen, scrolling again. Another passenger door slammed behind him. Another ride request expired. Another opportunity lost. Momentum wasn't collapsing dramatically. It was eroding, quietly, minute by minute, scroll by scroll. One evening, Luis parked outside a grocery store waiting for the next ride. The sun was setting over Houston. Orange light reflected off the windows of nearby buildings. The parking lot was almost empty. Luis leaned back in the driver's seat. His phone glowed in his hand. Scrolling again. Another video. Another meme. Another comment thread. Then his phone buzzed. Car payment final notice. Luis stared at the message. His chest tightened. He leaned forward and rested his head against the steering wheel. Across the parking lot, a delivery driver climbed into his truck. The door slammed loudly. The sound echoed across the empty space. Luis flinched again. That door slam felt loud, final, like life trying to get his attention. He whispered to himself, "I'll figure it out tomorrow." But tomorrow had already taken too much. Later that night, Luis picked up an elderly passenger downtown. The man climbed slowly into the back seat. "Evening," he said. Luis nodded and started the ride. Traffic lights flickered across the windshield. The man didn't check his phone, didn't speak. He just watched the city move past the window. 10 minutes passed. The car stopped at a red light. Across the street, a small shop owner pulled down a metal security gate. The gate slammed shut. The sound echoed through the street. The old man smiled slightly. "Funny thing about doors," he said quietly. Luis glanced at him in the rearview mirror. "What do you mean?" "When you hear one slam," the old man said calmly, "it means something ended." Luis waited. "And when something ends," the man continued, "you have to choose another door." Luis didn't answer. The rest of the ride passed in silence. When they reached the destination, the man stepped out carefully. The door closed softly this time. Luis sat there for a moment, thinking about what the man had said. When one door slams, choose another one. The next morning, Luis tried something small. Not a huge life overhaul, just one rule. No phone scrolling between rides. The first hour felt uncomfortable. His hand kept reaching toward the phone, but he stopped himself. Instead, he opened a small notebook. 3 tasks. Check bank balance. Drive 6 focused hours. Research better driving zones. The first task scared him, but he opened the banking app, looked at the numbers honestly. Then he called the loan company, set up a payment plan. One small step. The next habit came a few days later. Every time a passenger left the car, Luis reset. Deep breath. Accept the next ride immediately. No scrolling, no delay. Momentum slowly returned. Then another habit appeared. 30 minutes each night, reviewing earnings, planning the next day's driving routes. Small habits, simple structure, and suddenly his days started to look different. Where are you watching from? Drop your city. State in the comments. 3 months later, Luis was still driving the same car, still navigating Houston traffic, still picking up strangers. But something had changed. The bills on his kitchen table were organized. The car payment was current. The credit card balance was shrinking, and the phone stayed mounted on the dashboard during rides. One night, he dropped off a passenger downtown. The passenger slammed the door on the way out. Luis smiled. He remembered the old man's words. When one door slams, choose another one, because life rarely collapses in one dramatic moment. It drifts slowly through small delays, and it rebuilds through small decisions. One ride at a time, one focused hour at a time, one disciplined choice at a time. Now, I want to ask you something. What is the habit that keeps pushing your life to tomorrow? Tell me in the comments. Subscribe for more stories like this.